Okay, y'all, I had to restart it because something went wrong here, y'all. Something went wrong. Okay, can y'all see me? I hope this works because it feels like this isn't working. I don't see the chat option. Well, I had to restart it. So I'm gonna tell y'all the story that what happened yesterday. So I started a workshop yesterday, and it was for Destiny Life Purpose workshop. And basically, I was revealing someone's destiny and life purpose. So one of the subs on his channel chose to participate in the workshop. The workshop took an unexpected turn. Next thing I knew, there was a dead person communicating. Okay, and next thing I knew, I started getting information about something that happened to her friend. Okay, and then I also saw one of her living friends that's an enemy, that's a friend of me that she didn't know is a friend of me. She might not knew is a friend of me. I was literally describing these people. I was literally giving their skin complexion or skin color. Even with the guy said he wear hats. I said I get that he wore hats. Um, it was just really wild, y'all. I mean, it happens to me all the time. This happens to me all the time, but every time I do, I'll just be so shocked. Especially when I'm talking to people and then dead people, ghosts just show up and I can see them. So, um, she asked me something about, she said, what do you get about somebody named Damien? And I felt like something like, I felt like almost like it was a real hard thing to talk about. And, and then she told me that he was murdered, right? And when she said murdered, right when she said he was murdered, I saw him. He stepped up and appeared, and then he said my car, and I said, was his car involved? I said there was two cars. One was blocked in. She said, yeah, his car was blocked in, and he was murdered in his car. She gave me confirmation for what he showed me. All right, this is a sub that was on the table. I said one car was blocked in by another car. I said, and he said my car when you said murdered. And she said he was murdered in his car and his car was blocked in when he was murdered. I said they planned to block him in. I said there was two guys. There's a guy talking to another guy and they was plotting to plan him, plotting to kill him. I said, but there was multiple people that was all associated with the one dude that was a manager. He was managing the money. She said, yeah, he had a manager. And there was other people in our same group. I said what it was these people was from the same state, but not the same city. She said, yeah. She was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. So she was confirming everything I said. I said somebody he was traveling with that was like on his team or whatever in the business. They was a part of him being murdered. They had something to do with it. I said, and then she said, do any of these pictures people look familiar? Now, before she showed the picture, I said, one of the people involved had a thick piece of ice on his wrist. And she showed the picture. She said, this is his manager, and he was wearing a thick ice watch, y'all. He was wearing thick ice watch. And I literally said one of the people involved wore ice, and it was a thick ice band on his wrist of some kind. And she said his manager wore something like that, and she showed the picture. Then I said there's a logo with a circle around it, real significant to his murder involved. And she showed the picture of one of his managers, and they had a logo on with a circle around it. And then I said, I described like the skin color, and I said that somebody wanted his destiny. And she said that right after he was murdered, the other dude that was working, that was in the business, all of a sudden he got super. He's rising. He's having a breakthrough. And I said somebody wanted his destiny that was in the group, and they also wanted his skill set, and they was willing to kill for it. And then I showed her with his chart. Okay, then I said I'm gonna look up his chart, and I looked up his chart, and it was right there. Everything I said, everything I got intuitively, and I showed her how the possible deaths he would have, and one was like he would be shot through some glass or sitting in a vehicle or something, and that is actually how he was killed. That is how he was killed. Now, before I even looked at his chart, he was telling me stuff, and she was giving me confirmation. Then I told her, I said, did he wore hats, because I'm seeing him in a hat or something? And she said, here's some pictures of him. And she showed him a picture of him in a hat. I said, that's the hat he got on. He's wearing white. I said, that picture is the most recent picture of his death. And she said, yeah. She gave me a confirmation when I said that. But she showed me a couple of pictures, and I was picking the people out, y'all. She showed me a picture, and she said, is any of these people related to this story? I pointed right at the murder victim. I said, him. I said, and that guy over there was a part of the murder plan. He was involved in the planning. And she was like, he was like his manager friend. I said, he was going to go talk to somebody else to plot on him. He was talking to somebody else to plot to kill your friend. He told somebody, you got to do what you got to do. He was talking to somebody who had ice on. And he told the dude, you do what you got to do. And she said, he was talking to the other manager. And then she gave me confirmation for that. Okay? Everything that I told her, she was like, confirm. And then I told her I said, somebody's messing with your emotions on the other side. And I said, he's doing something to your emotions on the other side. She said, yeah, I can like feel it. I said, he's trying to finish his business through you. He wants to finish what he was doing. He refuses to accept that he's dead and that he's murdered. I said, somehow y'all got a connection, and he's taking advantage of it. This is what I told her. When I went and looked at her chart and his chart, why was they soulmates? They were soulmates. What it was she was supposed to work with him. But the only problem with the situation is that if she had went with him that day, she would have got hurt. He would have got shot, and she would have got hurt. Okay? She probably would have got cut, or the bullet would have grazed her, or something of that nature, because she would have been in a healing phase from the situation, but he still would have been dead. And I said, that's what I'm getting. I said, was you traveling to go see him and going to go see him? She said, yeah, I was. I said, if you would have saw him that day, y'all both would have been hurt. Y'all both would have been hurt. I said, if y'all wasn't going to be hurt in that vehicle, y'all would have been hurt. Y'all would have been hurt. Somebody would have busted up, and somebody would have killed him in his own kitchen, or somebody would have killed y'all would have shot him right in the near the porch. I said, he would have been like on the porch, and you would have been approaching him, and it would have been a drive-by. I told her that. And she said, woo. It's like she like sensed it, like it was right. It was a possible thing that could have happened. It was a high risk chance. Somehow she did not see him. So she was being protected from his situation. Either her intuition had her do something else or something divine intervention. But if she would have ignored the intervention, the spiritual intervention, she would have ended up hurt with him. And he's like trying to connect with her. He trying to connect with her because he want her to finish his unfinished business. And when I was like trying to get him to talk more, he stonewalled me. He was like, it's whatever, man. I said, and then when I brought up the dudes, I felt like deep hurt. And then her intuition, she said, it's too painful for him to talk about. Too painful for him to talk about. I said, yeah, that's what I got. And especially when I said the dude right there to get the ice on, he was a bully, and he's really hurt about him. I said, I literally took my breath away when you showed me that picture, that dude. She said that was the dude that was sitting on his grave saying, I was only trying to protect you. I said, there it is right there. There it is right there. He had something to do with it. That was the low key. He was trying to ask him for forgiveness without asking. He was asking that dead man for forgiveness. He had guilt in his heart. I said, confirmation. I told you that dude was involved. When she finally did tell me what he said and how it showed me the picture of him sitting in the grave, he had the ice on his wrist that I saw, and he was and she said what he said. She said, yeah, exactly. I said he was being passive aggressive. Yeah. I'm telling y'all the story of what happened in yesterday's workshop, y'all, was mind blowing. It was just mind blowing. Okay? And then I told her, I said, there's a female that you talking to. She's blocking you. She's blocking your blessings. I said it's a thick female. She looked brown skin, and she got her hair going to the side. She said, yeah, that's this girl I know. I said, well, she purposely be trying to like steal the show and overtalk you purposely. She don't want your feminine energy to be known. I said, she blocked you from potential partners. She said, I knew it. She said, I had that feeling that that's what she was doing. I said, yeah, if you're around her, you won't attract a man. She does some sort of energy spell work so you can't attract the male energy. I said, you have to stay away from her. And I told her, I said, somebody from your past could be harnessing your energy or something. I told her there was a demon with her, okay? I said, there's a demon, it's red and it's behind you. And then I went and looked up a picture so she could see what the demon looked like. And she said she sensed it. She said she feel like something's taking her energy and trying to make her weak. Like I said, because I said, there's a demon behind you that's trying to harness your energy and make you weak. It's trying to keep you stuck in a house, lazy and sad and overweight. It wants you to sit in the crib and be overweight and depressed. She said, yeah, that's what I keep feeling happen to me. She said, something keep on pushing me in our energy. I said, it's a red demon behind you. I said, because if you travel, okay, I told her, you're supposed to have a business that's on the road. She said, yeah, I want to do pop-up shops. She said, I'm interested in pop-up shops. I said, exactly, like I was saying, on the road, you're supposed to have a moving business. I said, but this demon is trying to keep you from doing it. Everything that I told her, y'all, she was like, yeah. I even said, photography, you would have big success photographing and planning parties and community service, like setting up galleries and stuff for artists and art and featuring art. She said, yeah, she said that's what I'm interested in. Like shops that got like fashion and art I said, but also like maybe hosting parties, events for the community, just featuring talent. I said like talent be in the shows. And she was like, yeah, something like that. So everything I said, she literally was like, yeah, wow, like confirmation. So I told her what her main options was for her life purpose. But I told her he was important for her life purpose. The only problem is if she was hanging out with him, who he was connecting with, she would have been a casualty in the situation. And then that I said the problem was with your friend is that he had trust issues with white people. So that's why he was trying to stick with African Americans who was familiar, and he didn't know that was a trap. His challenge was to not be judgmental of white people. He needed white people to manage him. He needed white folks to do his contracts. He needed that, or white folks from overseas. He needed to stay away from everyone from his. He needed to not have any managers from his own community. I said there was jealousy and envy. I said he was like really gifted, like a genius. She said, yeah, he was like, she said he was really, really gifted. I said, so the jealousy, they wanted to get rid of him so they could take over his skills and his contracts and ideas. I said they might want to give it to somebody else or take it over. She said right after he died, they signed somebody else. They said she said there was another dude hanging around or whatever. And then right after they killed him, this dude, they working with this dude. I said, what it was he didn't want to be rushed. Your friend did not want his work rushed. He was picky and selective about how he was creating it. They wanted total control over his work. And anybody that was in that group that was not allowing them to be controlled, they was on the hit list. I said it was like a multiple people. She said, yeah, they shot multiple people. I said it was something like they expected the bigger cut of the money. They was trying to breadcrumb him. They was trying to harvest his investments. They didn't want to pay him. I said, so there could have been some blackmailing going on. I said, but they also could have been involved with doing something illegal with the money. And he wasn't interested in it. Because he was an honorable person. According to his shirt, he was honorable. He wasn't in that. But they was trying to corrupt him. And he wasn't interested. So they might have got rid of him because they might have thought he was going to snitch. That's another thing I told her. I said, she was like, and intuitively, she is like, yeah, like I'm now that you're saying it, yeah, I'm picking it up. She is like, yeah. She is like, yeah, it was destiny swap. And I said, it was somebody else. They just figured they just get rid of him, run off with his cut, his money, his contract, and give it to somebody else who they could control and manipulate. Y'all, this is no lie. This ain't the first. I've done plenty of readings and things like that. But and then she said something. She said she mentioned a woman, a female from Egypt. She said she had got now on her end, she said suddenly she had got an image of somebody from Egypt. And when she said the name, I told her, I said, that was me. So I started telling her about how somebody from that past life of mine followed me in this life. And everything I told her about the guy in this life and my past life, she literally was like, yeah. She was like, she said she see it too. I was getting the visions and she was getting the visions at the same time. I was like, I just saw him doing some sort of witchcraft on me during Egypt times, and he's doing it in this life too. She said, I literally just saw that too. It was crazy, y'all. And then when I looked at her chart, it shows that we're fated to connect. We're fated to talk. We were supposed to talk. According to her, according to her north, according to two very significant placements in her chart, we were supposed to talk. We're compatible. So psychically, we're compatible. She's supposed to be learning how to practice her psychic abilities. I'm supposed to be helping her with that. She did really good. Like when she started using her psychic abilities, and when she started asking if she could use her psychic abilities, and I gave her permission, she was very accurate. Intuitively, she was highly accurate. I was accurate through the whole thing, but it was nice to see one of my clients being brave enough to practice their psychic abilities on me and trusting their gut intuition. I told her to trust her intuition because she dominates the intuitive energy. So when I told her that helped her to step into her power. When I told her in her chart, I said, in your chart, you dominate intuition, intuitive, what you feel. I said you need someone to help you. You're supposed to have another psychic helping you to dig into go into the unknown, the dark side, and tap into um, the suffering and the tricks and the wickedness to learn how to use that type of psychic ability. And when I told her that, that's when it's like she got courageous to do it. And then she was sitting there. I watched her. She is sitting there connected to her feelings. And then she said, "I feel like the guy that you mentioned. He She said he gives gifts to people and puts spell work on it." I said, "Yeah, he do." So I was letting her practice on me. So I'm a type of person where I'm supposed to help people. I'm supposed to help people learn how to use their mediumship and psychic abilities. So if somebody wants to learn from me, I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? If they're in my shop, they can practice on me all day. I'll let them. I'll have them. I'll give them about 15 minutes to practice on me, and that's what I did. And I told her, I said, in my past life, the guy that I was assigned to marry, I said, um, he was bisexual, and I said, and I purposely left something out. I didn't tell her what he was doing to me, and she said, I feel like he was literally abandoning you because he was out there being bisexual, but not because that's what he wanted to do. It was for another reason. I said, exactly. I said, and I told her, I said he was an opportunist. He was willing to be bisexual just to get what he want. So I like the fact that it's like her intuition got strong once she started to get her faith. I told her that um I told her that she has to get sun. What it is she doesn't get enough sun, and that interferes with her faith and her psychic abilities. It interferes with her having compassion for herself. I told her there's a demon that don't want you to go outside. And she said something be keeping her in the house and sad and depressed and stuff. I literally told her that, and she said, yeah. I said, you got to go. You got to go. I said, you have to travel, but you have to be very careful. I said, because you may experience attacks when you're traveling. And I asked her, I said, do you want me to give you the dark side of her chart? And I did tell her, I said, you may experience some bad things before you become before you become an empress. I said it could be. I said I saw middle age or something. I said I get middle age with the girl who you can't trust. She said, yeah, she's in her 30s. I said, she wasn't, she's not that old. I said, she's not old. She's not an empress. She said, no, she's in her 30s. So she gave me confirmation for that. For the girl that I saw in her past who is manipulating her energy. And then I told her, when you get up in your 30s, you're going to have to be careful out in these streets. I told her straight the truth. I said, you may end up getting in a situation on the road. She said, people trying you when you out on the road. She said she stayed going through that. I said, be careful of arguments when you're out traveling. Somebody may try to attack you, and it could get dangerous. I told her that, especially if, I told her, especially if she's traveling in the evening hours. I said in the afternoon and evening hours, it could get dangerous. She may attract um, drug addicts and people that's drugged up and toxic masculine energy trying to attack her. I told her to be careful about getting into it with men when she's out. And then in the end, when she's when she's when she is like manifesting something. So if she's running like a talent group, or she's like performing something, or when she's doing photography, possibly if she's walking, I told her that somebody might try to hit her with their vehicle, or somebody might attack her. She got quiet like, and I said, how do you feel about that? She was like, I guess it kind of, her intuition like it kicked in and she sensed it then. See, not often are we allowed to sense our possible deaths and attacks. That's why it's important for y'all to go to a psychic, someone who is chosen I'm chosen to read the stars. I'm chosen. And I did show her my chart and gave her confirmation that I was chosen to do what I was doing. I told her what my placements were. And she was like, aha, oh, okay. And so she had a kind of aha moment about why I do what I do. I also told her, I shared my potential death risk and danger risk. And and all of that. I also I'm going to meet with her again today. We're going to have a second session today. And I'm going to have some more information. We're going to talk about some of the obstacles. I'm going to give her some more information about possible obstacles. But she did give me confirmation about what I told with her, like traveling and out on the road. She did say she feel like she would get attacked, and like she always feel like negative energy coming for her, like people trying to block her. I said, you got to be careful. I told her, I said, somebody might try to isolate you to attack you. That's what happened to your friend, and that could happen to you too. If she connects with the same people he connected with, she will have the same fate as him. She will be hurt the same way he was hurt. When I told her that, she was just like, so when she showed me the dudes that she's focusing on, I said, don't talk about them. I said, stay away from them. Or else you're going to manifest the same death as your friend. Because y'all stars are connected for the possible deaths. I told her also that she has to be careful of dealing with people of color. She needs to deal with people from different parts of the world. If she just stays like, oh, she's just going to deal with people from their community, they're going to be ruthless with her. They're going to try to take advantage of her like they took advantage of her friend. The people that killed her friend take advantage of the innocent. Anybody they think is weak, anybody that they think um, is nice, they'll try to take advantage of. And that's what they did to her friend. She said he was a nice guy, whatever. I said they took advantage of him. And when um he might have been trying to lead a contract. I told her, I said he might have been thinking about rolling, and they weren't letting him. They probably most likely weren't letting him out. They wanted the money, and they didn't. He most likely was trying to invest in another business because his placement showed investing in multiple streams of income, multiple. So he might have been thinking about closing it out with them because he might have realized that they were controlling and corrupting him, and he didn't. I sensed that he didn't want nothing to do with it, so they said, "You can't get out your contract. If you get out your contract, and you don't bring us our money, you're dead." So everybody that wanted out, they got rid of, and that's how it happens with labels. Some labels won't let you out. The only way out is you die, and that's why y'all got to be careful about who you make plans with in the art business, in the industry, y'all. You have to be careful. Some people, when they think you a cash cow and you gonna take your money making plan somewhere else, they're like, well, we're gonna get rid of you and take your plans and give it to somebody that we can control. And that's what they did to her friend. It was very sad, y'all. And he was there, and he didn't say no. Everything I said, his energy and his emotions, he gave me confirmation. Everything I said. It was just crazy though. I said there was a dude with ice on his wrist, and he was talking about, I'm all about I'm getting this money, and that's period. And then the other dude said, you gotta do what you gotta do. And and I said, the dude with the ice on his wrist, thick ice, he has something to do with it. And she said, this picture here, this dude, and she showed the dude. Oh, it's okay. It is. It's a nervous thing, y'all. It's a nervous thing. Um, yeah. I told her she could get. She might get. I told her. I said one of her risks is getting hit by a car, like somebody ramming her on the road. Okay, somebody breaking her back, like somebody hitting her, or she's in a vehicle and somebody block her in, and they hurt her real bad, y'all. I said the same thing happened to your friend. Y'all got the same placements. I told her, I said something about your chart is similar, and that's why he will not leave you. He won't move on. I said, I'm picking that up strongly. And then she told me his sun sign is her moon sign. So he's using her mediumship to connect with her intuitively and emotionally. He's interfering with her creative energy, because she said she be feeling blocked. I said he's interfering. He's like, I said he's interfering with your emotions. I said because he's trying to finish his life through you. He's following your plans. He's following you, and with your traveling and all that. He wants to forget that he died. I told her, I said he's avoiding the grieving process. Because every time I tried to put it in his face, he was like, no. I said, he is refusing. I said, your friend is refusing to talk about it. He's feeling. So I said he feeling some type of way. He wish I would go away. I said he wants to keep on playing with your emotions. He wants somebody to have compassion for what happened to him. But he doesn't know he's interfering with her life. She's still alive. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care that he pulling her into that compassion energy, and that's keeping her stuck and stagnant. And then she can't manifest. He's delaying her manifestation. I didn't care if I see him and he hear me. And I told her, I said, he's on your left side. And I literally described him. I said he was something about hats. And when she showed like multiple pictures, I said that picture is the most recent picture taken of him. That picture was taken shortly before he was murdered. And she said, yeah. She confirmed it. So I was picking, when she held up the picture, I was picking out the people. When she held up pictures. And she was like, she was saying I was right with everything that I pointed at. As soon as she put up this picture of two guys, my angel guide immediately said the guy on the right. And she said that's the guy that was murdered. And then when I went to look at the other guy, the energy went real dark. It was like a sneaky darkness. I said, he's hiding something. I said he's wishy-washy. He's two-faced it, and he hides it. She said, yeah, intuitively, I got as well that when he's around people, he act different, but in secret, he can't be trusted. She said, yeah, I get that too. I said he was a part of it, and some dude with ice on his wrist. And then she showed me the picture. And when she showed me the picture, oh my goodness, of the dude with the ice on his wrist, it was like, y'all, it was like I just got balance like a straight bully. Like I told her, he's a bully. It's like, you do what I say or you're done. I said, I feel gang energy. Like gang member energy. I told her, I said, there might have been like they was trying to get rid of different people that was associated with the same group, but the people lived in different cities. They lived in the same city. I mean, I told her they lived in the same city, but different communities. She said, yeah, everybody that was killed lived in the same city, but different communities. I said they was all a part of a group that they wanted to get rid of. It was some sort of contract hit. It was a contract hit. And her friend was one of the people on the list. And I said, did he get shot in the head? She said, yeah. I said, was it at close range? And she said, yeah. I said, it's in his chart, in his chart, that he might have been shot through the window of the vehicle, right in the head. And she said, yeah, he was. This is why I don't, I asked her though before I told her, I said, do you want me to get in the dark side of his chart and the dark side of yours? Do you want me to tell you things? Because once I tell you, you can't unhear it. I said, you can't unhear the stuff I'm going to tell you. She said, I'm okay with that. So it is what it is. I did tell her she might also need to be careful of somebody doing something to her body. I said she might end up marrying somebody that abuses her, that bullies her, and takes advantage of her sexuality. She got quiet when I said that. I said, I did tell her that it looks like she's chosen to inherit money. So if she does marry somebody and they bully her, they're going to fall in karma. They're going to die before her. That's going to be their karma. and she's going to be left all the money on top of having her own money. So she'll be getting money off her own business, but she'll end up marrying somebody who has money. But if they abuse her, if they abuse her, they will die before her, and they will end up leaving everything to her. So somebody might be, she might be attracting a karmic who's going to pay for what he's doing to her. Okay, um, he might be he might be she might end up marrying somebody that financially abusing her. Yeah. Also, I told her the person may you got to be. I told her she got to be careful of having sex with somebody who has a disease, somebody um that might try to bring disease and that would affect her skin. I said like herpes or a rash or something of that nature. I told her be careful of spontaneous sex. I told her having sex with random people, casual sex is going to go against her. I plan to talk to her more about that today, about her sex risk too. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. Okay? People that trick her to have sex with them and they lie and hide that they're sick. And they try to affect her. I'm gonna get into it with her today. That's the second round. I told y'all that this weekend was only available, but y'all did not. Y'all did not. Hansi, get off this table. Come on, Hans. Come on. Come on. Come get it. Come on. You want this? Come on. I'm trying to get Hansi to see y'all. Come on, Bubba. Don't hit the thingy, dude. No. Yeah, but I gave y'all all the option. I said I had 3 tickets. I said for me to talk to y'all about y'all chart, and y'all did not buy a ticket. I told y'all this is a one-time thing. Okay? When you have a Taurus moon, you're supposed to give back. You're supposed to be generous. So I was being generous this weekend and selling those tickets for only $5. And y'all did not buy a ticket. Now here's the problem. Now I got 1 workshop left for today. You can buy a ticket for today's workshop. There's only 3 tickets available. Only 3. Okay? So if you want me to talk to you about your destiny and life purpose, and if there's any spirits or anybody on the other side that might show up, I'll talk to you about them. If you want that, the tickets is $5. You got to send me $5 to my Cash App or PayPal. Then email me immediately after. There's only 3 tickets available. This is the last day. Okay, there's 3 areas I cover in the workshop. I cover your destiny and life purposes, like possible, your options. Okay, your options for your destiny. Where a lot of your money would possibly come from. Okay? How would you inherit your money? We'll get in that. If you have anything that says you will inherit money. Like yesterday, the lady I talked to, she is chosen to inherit money. She's going to be left in abundance, period. She's supposed to. Provided, okay, that she distances herself from low vibrational black folks. I had to tell her from the store, like, your own flesh and blood and other people of color is going to get in the way of your inheritance. She has to fall back. She has to She has to start her own tribe. She has to start her own tribe and go off on her own. She cannot deal with the people that she's already known. They're going to betray her. Okay. So that's what I took. That's the last thing. The obstacles. I tell you a couple things with obstacles that could be in your way. If you say, yeah, I might reveal some possible deaths, the ways you could possibly die. I'm just keeping it real. Ways you could possibly die, ways you could possibly get sick, how curses that can be put upon you, the risk of curses that you would get, the type of curses you might get. And then the last one is, what was it on the list? Okay, I got to go to my list, y'all. But the last one has to do with um your oh yeah, how you would probably manifest. What would work more in your favor to manifest? As I said, there is only 3 tickets. 3 tickets today. All right. I'm kind of doing this before Black Friday. I have time to do this today, but y'all, I'm not gonna never do this again. I'm never gonna do this again. Only way y'all will find out is if you get my tutorials, which will be more money. So if you want to learn how to do it for yourself, then you're going to have to buy my tutorials, or you can buy a ticket for today's workshop. So like yesterday, I gave her like 2 hour session. I extended her session since she was the only one that bought the ticket. And when I tell you that session got deep, it got deep. No lie. And what was amazing about it is that she hit divine timing for her superpower. And I was there to witness it. It was really nice. It was really nice. Um, right when, right, her, she tapped into her north node while she was talking to me. And it was just nice. Okay. It was fated to happen. So she's gonna go on forever change now. Now her psychic abilities are gonna be like this. Her intuition is gonna be off the chain. She needed to talk to somebody that would give her faith and confirmation in her ability. She's in this life, she's learning to trust what she feels. She's learning to tap into her intuition and to explore the dark side. I told her, I said, working with people to overcome, to let go, to get through their karma. I said, to get the money and the resources that they need. And she said, yeah. She said she was thinking of becoming a case manager. I said, you would actually do pretty good with that. She gave me confirmation for that. I said, helping people to get resources that they need to get out of whatever negative karma that they're in. Helping the community service. I said, but you need somebody to work with you. You're supposed to have somebody. You're supposed to have somebody help you to dive into your psychic abilities. I told her in her past life, she was always an evidence-based person, like what she can hold in her hand. In this life, she's exploring the metaphysical side of things. She's learning how to be psychic metaphysically in this life. I thought that was nice. Yeah. I'm not done talking to her. I want to talk about another part of her chart today. Just briefly. I think I'm going to just type it up or do an audio recording and send it to her so she doesn't have to show up if she doesn't want to. Because we were on for a while yesterday. So today's workshop will be in the evening hours, y'all. Evening. It will probably be between 5 and 6:30 p.m. in Eastern time. That'll be around the time I might go on. If I'm not on at that time, then it'll be 9 p.m. in Eastern time. So the workshop will be 9 p.m. in Eastern time, or it will be between 5 p.m. and 6:30. I really prefer it to be at night. Okay, um, because if somebody decide if there's a spirit there, then and this I would be able to see them if something comes through. Okay, the shop is not for me to like, oh, can you connect with my dead mom or anything like that. I will only do that if somebody actually step up. Okay, and yesterday he presented himself. She mentioned her friend. She said, "Did you get anything about my friend?" I said, "Something, something dark. I just, it's almost like I'm being blocked or something bad." I told her. She said he was murdered. And then so I decided to just peer to see if I see anything, and then I saw him. I used my third eye, and then I saw him. But I used to do that regularly for people, but I don't do that regularly because I don't want those spirits coming to my house and talking to me all day, because they know that I can see them and hear them. I don't want them coming here disturbing my peace. So in this workshop, I'm not letting people tell me to speak to the dead. If I pick up something or if I see something, then I'll say it. I don't want them ghosts here. Y'all, I used to do that regularly on MSN groups. Back in 2011, I was sitting up there letting people ask me to go into the underworld or go into the purgatory place, go into the dark, let my third eye look, scan, see what I see. And guess what happened? Those spirits started disturbing my peace. I woke up one time, they was around my couch. They was talking in my ear all day. One of them got so mad that I wouldn't talk to him. He started cussing at me on a daily basis. So I learned something. It's you're not really supposed to be talking to the dead, you know, um, unless they're guardians or angels. The dead is supposed to be left dead. So you're supposed to talk at a very minimum with them. Once you get make them think that it's an open line, then they'll never ever move on. Once they feel like you'll always pick up the phone call, they will never move on. So I was avoiding like getting into deep social activity with him. I was um I was peering into him, and I saw the people. So I didn't actually speak to him. I didn't say, "Okay, talk to me." I would just let whatever he said. If he said something, then I said something, and then I was looking at him to see his soul history, and that's what I saw the dude with the ice bracelet on, and I saw the symbol on the T-shirt, the circle. So I appeared in her metaphysical field, and then I appeared in his pit field. I looked in her field, and then I looked in his field, like seeing beyond, further into the dark to see his soul history. I know some people say, "How can you do that?" I'm one of the most elite psychics at the top of the list, chosen in this life. I'm an oracle, one of the most elite. There's three top signs that are the elites, and I'm one of them. So when it comes to seeing in the dark and seeing and future seeing for people, and intuitive, and also seeing people's secrets and past and possible wicked attacks and stuff, I can see that type of stuff. Okay. Um, my daughter has the same elite psychic zodiac, and she also can see like crimes and things like that. I could even get images and messages from missing people, missing person cases, unsolved mysteries. So like sometimes if somebody's a missing person and I touch something of theirs, I will get images. Or if I look at a picture of them, I will get images. Or if they're here, I'll pick up their through telepathy, I'll pick up what they're thinking. If a ghost think around me and they're a missing person and they're trying to communicate me, I might get a download of like what they're saying. Um, there's a missing person case I've been following for years, and I tried to tell them years ago that she was kidnapped, Jennifer Casey. Okay, they now they starting to say the things I said. I'm like, why didn't they listen to me? I literally emailed the detective agency for her and told them that she was suffocated with some sort of cyanide. There was a tissue that was put over her face so that she would go unconscious in that car. And um, now they saying, oh, we believe they finally released the information. We believe that she was we found evidence of some type of sleeping substance where she was knocked out. She has some, and I told them that. Everything I told them wasn't even released yet. I told them that she had a party the night before she died. But you know what they said? They accused me of knowing somebody. They said, you must know somebody on the inside. You must know somebody that's in Florida. I said, I don't know nobody that worked for the agency. I don't know nobody. They was refusing to accept that there was a psychic all the way in the north that picked it. Because what happened, y'all? I went to my mailbox and it was a flyer of Jennifer Casey. I normally don't touch them, but I touched it by accident. And then I saw what was happening. I saw what happened. I saw what happened. And I saw her car parked. It was parked sideways like this. I saw the color of her car. And I saw a package. Okay. She had a package that she was taken to the post office or something. And then I saw somebody put something over her nose. And they was like trying to knock her out while she was in the car still conscious, panicking. They drove her. The reason why nobody saw what happened is because they took a back road. There's a back road that's not far from where she was at. Also, her building was being painted. The color of her building was being changed. There was a construction site that was going on nearby her building. Construction. Okay. And so it could have been somebody in the morning hours. Now, the possible kidnapper could have been somebody who she was dating, or it was somebody that showed up at the construction site early. I'm hearing surveiller. So somebody that kidnapped her has something to do with surveilling the property. Okay. So what happened was, this is with Jennifer Casey. He took a back road. I'm gonna tell y'all the whole story, and her case is still not solved. It's never going to get solved if they don't talk to me. I talked to a psychic, one of the most elite psychics who's elite like me. She told me, I mentioned Jennifer Casey. She said she's going to go. It's going to stay an unsolved murder case if they don't talk to you. And they was refusing to talk to me. It is now over 10 years, and that girl still ain't been found. I told them, this guy was real slick at covering his tracks. Let me tell y'all what he did. He drove down this side road. Okay. He drove to some sort of turnaround overlook area that overlooks a drop down cliff, and then you can see the lake below. There's a lake below. And he got rid of the evidence in that section. He might have got rid of her body not far from that area. Okay, I'm just keeping it real, y'all. He did toss some of the evidence over there. And then he stopped at some sort of abandoned building, and he went to the BP. I know exactly what BP he went to. I was trying to tell them, like, if y'all talk to me, I can tell y'all with BP, you need to check the videotapes of the BP. He went there and got gas. He might have had her in the trunk of his car at the time. Or something about her laying low in the car so nobody see her unconscious. He got gas in the car. Then he drove to this another little turnaround because he was looping back to where she lived. He drove to this another turnaround. He put the gas in the car so it looked like she didn't drive the car. He was trying to put the gas back in the car. And then after he did that, he stopped at an abandoned building, disposed of the gas tank that he had. He left it there. He also left some of his hat. He left his hat there. He left his hat there. He was trying to change his looks and get rid of some of his looks before driving closer to her house with the car. Then he reparked the car not far from her house. He didn't want to park the car close to her house in case somebody saw. So he parked that car in like this lot, okay? But it was on this side of the lot. He drove in the car this way. He left that car he left her car facing this way. And then he left. And they ain't talked to me, and she still ain't found. And it's gonna stay that way. It's sad, you know. After that, I said, I'm not going. I'm done. You know, I was gonna go into missing person cases, but her story just, made me just so sad that the fact that I got so much information is what made me and I told them, I said her boyfriend was at her house the night before. It was a get together. Don't you know one of the assistants that run the detective agency online? She said, "How do you know that information? That information was never released." I posted it on the Jennifer Casey website. They accused me of somehow getting access to the unreleased information. She said, "How do you know that information? It was never released." Yes, that's true. I said it was a white dude that showed up at her house. He had on tan pants, and he had on tan pants, and he had on a baseball cap. Somebody's name, she knew his name was Jeff. I said there was somebody in her social group, his name was Jeff. They accused me of accessing their computer database somehow. Y'all, I was like, I'm done. And then I went to go look up a picture of her boyfriend, and he was the same dude I saw. He was standing outside her door waiting for her to let her in. I can say what these people was wearing. I can say what lots her car was in, the position of the car. And then I went and looked at the picture. They finally released the pictures. Her car is literally sitting like this. Here's her apartment building right there. Her car is here in the parking lot. What happened was when she was walking to her car, she got kidnapped. When she got to her car, she had the package in her hand. Okay? It looked like a manila envelope. She was mailing something. It could be hard copy. Don't you know they said they finally released it and said she was mailing a cell phone? That somebody had left her cell phone at her party and she was mailing it. I even said something, she had some problems with her boyfriend. They wasn't getting along or something. That came out. And I said, I think he was in the military or something. He had military training. That came out. Every single thing they did. I mean, how can somebody have this much information and not be real? I mean, what did I do? What am I, like an expert hacker? I could just hack their database. Y'all, it's crazy. It's just straight up crazy. This guy was really, really slick, y'all. What he did was he spreaded out the evidence in different places. So that basically you would have to go on a witch hunt to find the evidence. He did a whole loop. He went through the back roads, like this side road, stopped. He knocked her out. He knocked her out with some sleeping gas, and then he pulled over out of Overlook. He did something to her though, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. And then I don't like that at the one Overlook, she's already gone. So they need to look in the lakes because he was near lakes. His drive, he was not far from lakes, y'all. I bet you any money if down the road they're going to find her body not far from them lakes. It's going to be identified as her, and it's going to be so sad because I'm gonna be like, I literally told them that he drove that car near a lake. He stood there. I'm seeing his whole vision. He stood at some sort of lake overlook. He was looking down. It was an overlook, and he was thinking about what to do with the napkin. Now the funny thing is, they know that they refused to tell me that I was right about the napkin, and they went to some other overlook. They went to the wrong overlook, and they took the garbage can and went looking through the garbage can. I believe they found the napkin in the garbage can, but they refused to give me the credit because they sitting here talking about now they saying we're going to release that we found evidence of a sleeping potion in a napkin and her DNA on it. They refused to give me the credit that I told them. I told them that he tossed that napkin in a near overlook, not far from a trash can. That he did that. And then they said, and then on the detective side it said the detectives went and got a trash can from one of the overlooks to investigate it. And they refuse. These detectives crack me up. They do not like the fact that there's real psychics. They don't ever want to give psychics credit. It's like because they get insecure. They start to feel like they ain't good at their job like a psychic. So they refuse to give me credit and say they found that damn napkin because I told them where to look. I said it was 2 overlooks he went to that's in that area, in that Florida area. I'm literally chosen to do psychic detective work. I'm literally chosen to solve unsolved murder cases and stuff like that. I'm literally chosen. But these people refuse to listen to me. That's like my cousin. My cousin's boyfriend, he took her body to this it was like a playground that was not far from her house. It was a park not far from her house, and he buried her. He murdered her and put her in a shallow grave. And then this other girl that I work with, he left her body right outside along the side of the park, and left her body butt naked, no clothes on. And I told everybody, I said I worked with that girl. She was murdered right near a park on the north side. Her body was left on the side of the park, not far, like when you go to get in the park. I said, they was arguing. She didn't want to be with the guy no more. She told him no. He said he killed her because he didn't want to let her go. He was obsessed. He left her nude body laying right there. That's what I said. Don't you know, years later, I run into the girl that she was seeing because she was a lesbian but in the closet, y'all. So I ran into her. I met her girlfriend. And she said, whoever killed her left her body naked. And that was confirmation. I said, I was telling people that, but then nobody wanted to listen to me. I said, I could tell them exactly what it was about. She didn't want to date him no more. She didn't want to date a man no more. She was coming out the closet. She wanted to be with a female. And he felt some type of way about that. Because I looked at her picture to see what I could see. They was arguing right outside near the entrance of the park. and it was on the north side. I got north side. Don't you know when I went to go look up the news report, it said north side? Y'all, it's wild. I saw the what led up to my mother's death. I saw my cousin's death as well. My cousin was sitting on the right side of his bed with his slippers on. He had a gun in his hand, and there was police banging on the door trying to get in. They were trying to get in the door to stop him, but they were too late. He shot her. He shot the girl near some steps. The police couldn't get in. By the time they got in that door, he had already shot himself in the head. My cousin. They never released it. They never released it. But when I mentioned it to my brother, he got quiet. So I guess it's right. He kind of got quiet because he knows the whole story. And I told my brother, I said she was setting him up or something. She was something was real wicked about that woman. I said she was using him or something. Something was just bad about her. He said she was manipulating him and using him for his money and tried to use him for his money. Everything I told my brother gave me confirmation. I knew it when I met her. Like I got when I saw her in the car, I didn't feel no light. I felt death come from her when she was in the car with my cousin. She felt like death to me. That I couldn't even talk to her. Like I refused to talk to her. And then sure enough, somebody ended up dead in her presence. I'm telling y'all, when you meet psychics that can warn you and to see people's deaths and murder cases and warn you of impending deaths, y'all got to take that seriously. There's not too many of us out here that can do that. But I don't tell people all the time. I told my daughter that something bad was going to happen at a stop sign to her. That if she don't stop at a stop sign, something real bad. And my daughter got in a real bad accident. And then she told me that she saw blood splattered. And I said, it's not your blood. I said, it's going to be somebody else's blood, but you're going to see it. Don't you know, a month later, she was driving on the road and somebody and a motorcycle got hit by a car. And the guy went up in the ear and his head smashed on the ground and blood splattered all on the ground. And she saw all the blood splatter. This is no lie. My daughter woke up one night in here last year and was like, Mom, I had a dream that there was blood splatter. I saw blood splatter. Mom, I don't want to die. I said, it's not your blood, okay? It's not your time. It's somebody else's blood, but you might, most likely you'll see it. You'll be okay. I had to calm her down. And sure enough, she saw somebody's brain splattered on the ground like a month later. Oh, you're very welcome. I told my husband that somebody was going to put a gun to his head if he went to the bar that night. He turned around and came back in the house and decided not to go. Don't you know somebody went in the bar a couple minutes later and somebody put a gun to the guy's head and robbed him? They was going to rob. My husband was going to be the one that got robbed. I was in the car. Somebody was driving my car and I literally told the dude, I was like, be careful, you're going to wreck the car. I said, you're going to wreck my car. You're going to crash. He was like, I'm not going to crash. 2 minutes later, we crashed. This is no lie. 2 minutes later, we crashed head on the construction site. I was like, I wish people would start listening to me. He wasn't even speeding real fast, but I knew, I seen it coming. Right before he crashed, I saw a flash of us crashing into something. And we did. Y'all, it's crazy. I got a feeling that this old lady was gonna die at my old job. I kept getting a feeling like even though she would, people were like, oh, she's asleep. I was like, no, she's dying. I knew it. And I went over to her and I was like, hey, hey, don't you know she was dead? Y'all, true story. They was like, oh no, she sleep all the time. I said, no, no, something's wrong with her. And I went over and tried to wake her up. She was dead. This was in front of everybody at my job. A whole room full of people saw that I sensed that the woman died. And what was wild is that the old people sleep all the time in the room. So that's why they thought I was crazy. They said, you need to call somebody because she sleep. And then I heard dead. I said, no, she's dead. And I said, let me check. And I said, wake up, Phyllis, wake up. And I did it real sneaky because I knew she was dead. I was like, wake up, like that. I didn't want to scare everybody. And then I walked out and I told the nurse, I said, Phyllis is dead in there. And sure enough, they dragged her out with the chair out. And then they came in and told me hours later she was dead. It's just crazy. I called my sister. I knew my dad was gonna die. I said, get here immediately. It's about to be time. He's gonna die. I went out and got the doctor. I said, can you please give him some medicine right now? I think he's gonna die right now. So she came in and she said, well, let me listen to him and check his vitals. And she said, he's dying. So she gave him some medicine. And don't you know, my sister walked in right at that moment after I called her. She was outside smoking a cigarette. Right when she walked up, he died. I literally knew at the very moment that my dad was going to die. I literally called the minister. I had the doctor come in and give him a medicine for pain. I called my sister to come from smoking a cigarette. I said, it's happening right now and I could sense it. And sure enough, he died like minutes later. Y'all, I'm telling y'all. Somebody said that's powerful. Yeah. I spend a lot of time alone because I be sensing people's karma and curses, and I be like, I can't. No, it's almost like the dark side stuff. It won't stop coming through. It just comes through constantly. So I just try to protect my energy. With my client yesterday in the workshop, I told her, I said, um about her friend trying to block her from finding a man. Her friend don't want her to find true love. And she said, I sense that. She said, confirmation. I said, that girl, let me tell you, she wasn't even talking about that. We was talking about her natal chart, and all of a sudden, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was looking to see what I would see. And in her recent past, I saw this thick woman with her hair swooped to the side, and she was brown skin. She was like dark brown skin with her hair swooped to the side. I said, and she was like overpowering you and being all sassy. I said, she's doing that on purpose. She don't want you to get no attention. She was like, did you say her hair is to the side? She said, yeah, that's her. She got her hair swooped to the side. I said, she thick. She said, yeah, she thick. I said, she close to your complexion. She said, your skin color. She was like, yeah. She said, that's her. She said, I sensed that she was purposely trying. I said, she tries to act like a mother to you. Yeah, she's like, she's a mom. I was like, she wants you to be like the kid in the friendship and she be like grown. She want to be the grown one in the friendship and she wants you to be like beneath her, like a child. I said, if long as you're with her, you're not going to manifest the man you want. I just told her the truth. And then I looked at her chart and I said, yep. I said, there's a masculine female that's blocking your feminine energy. And she said, that's confirmation. That's her. Oh, thank you very much, y'all. Y'all, but I'm gonna have to start. Um, I knew the Jennifer Aniston. I knew that Jennifer Lopez and he wasn't going to work out. I knew that too. I just didn't say nothing. I said, nah, nah, nah. That wasn't going to work out. I knew it was going to be a failed marriage. Everybody was like, well, finally, finally together. I said, nope, nope. And what it was um, Jennifer Lopez. He was breadcrumbing her. You would never think that. You look at Jennifer Lopez and you say, oh, she's an attractive woman. Yep. He was passive aggressive with her. He was neglectful, emotionally and energetically neglectful of Jennifer Lopez. And she got tired of it. She got fed up. It was like he was just done off all show. But behind the scenes, because I see them and she's feeling some type of way. Like I saw a vision of them two, and she was like, well, why are you saying this? Like, why are you acting like this or whatever? And he like didn't care. He smiles, but in behind the scenes, he's dark. He's hard. He's hard, y'all. What we see about that dude is not who he is when he behind the scene with them women. He's insensitive. That's why he can't keep a woman. He does not emotionally fulfill his wives. That's why every wife is leaving him. He does emotional abandonment. He needs to not be married. I'm glad she got out that marriage. He was affecting her self-esteem. He was trying to affect her self-esteem. He basically he want a woman and he just want a tour, y'all. He's not really interested in a passionate romantic relationship. He's not interested in that. He's kind of like I love bomb you to get in bed, seducing, and then once he get those women's energy, he pulls his energy back. He's actually standoffish as well, which makes them feel on edge and uncomfortable. I can read on people's energy and personality too, the disguises that they wear, like their secrets, their secret self. And he's a shapeshifter, and Jennifer Lopez needed to get away from him immediately. He's a shapeshifter, a phony baloney. Y'all, it's crazy. Yeah. It's like he lay it on thick, and once he gets the attention that he's supposed to get, he's like, nah, you served your purpose. Cause I see them talking, and she got this painful look in her face, like, why are you not caring? Like, almost like he's like a stone wall. Like they can't get through to him. They can't get through to him. He don't care. He's a avoidant narcissist. That's what he is. He's an avoidant narcissist. And he will waste women's time big time. Everybody like to say a lot about Jennifer Lopez. No, that's not why that marriage failed, because of him. My intuition is like a great white shark. It was him. She was more into him than he was into her. Though she'll never admit it. No, never admit it. She was his wish. He was her wish, but she wasn't his wish. And you would never think that, because he doesn't really want an older woman, y'all. He don't. Okay, he just like, I'll deal with an older woman if she's in the end. But it's like, now I don't really want to settle down though. I don't really want to get all serious with her. His ego doesn't get validated by an older woman. I'm picking that up strongly. It's almost like he feels less worthy value. His value in his self goes down when he's with an older woman. It's disgusting. Hi, everybody. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Irving. Y'all, everybody that ever cheated on me, I caught them. And they always say, how did you know I was cheating? How do you do that? I be like, you can't. I'm going to always know. Other psychics will read on me. Other psychics will read on me and they'll say, this girl too protected. Anything you even try, if you try to cheat her, rob her, she gonna sense that you did it. Um, I caught my ex. I said, so you cheated on me, huh? I said, you went and you was laying up with a woman around a holiday. He was like, no, I was with my family. I was like, you gonna sit up here and lie? You gonna sit up here and lie? I said, I said, I see you. You gave somebody some flowers. You gave a woman some flowers. Okay. He was like, he was like, no, I didn't. I said, look, just come clean and we can move on past this or whatever. He said, I did see somebody. But he wouldn't say it all. Why did she show up? Because he tried to make me think my psychic intuition was wrong, my vision was wrong. The creator made that woman show up. She showed up and was like, "Oh, so this is how you work? You wasn't just with me on a holiday. This was like years ago." She said, "You wasn't just with me on a holiday. You didn't give me flowers." And he was like, I was like, "I told you." I said, "All you had to do was come clean and we could deal with it. But you tried to hide, even though you know how intuitive I am." I told him, I said, "I'm done with you." Like my one ex back in the early 90s, I knew he was cheating on me. I knew that he was cheating with somebody that looked like me. I couldn't, it was like almost like he was keeping her from me. He didn't want me to see her, but he was seeing her. Don't you know it came out that he cheated on a girl that looks just like me. He cheated on me with a girl who looked just like me. And she had came from the same party that we had left. She had left before I left. So we just missed each other. And I told him, I said, you cheating on me with somebody that looked like me. I see her. She came out your house and you go to a party with her or something. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, no, you're cheating. We were literally arguing about it and everything. Don't you know it came out? It came right on out. I'm telling y'all, man. I caught my family lying about the title policy. I caught them. I caught them when my mother died. I said, I was looking at them and I picked up lies about the title policy. I said, can I see the title policy? I need confirmation for the title policy. They were like, no. I said, I want confirmation. I want to call the title policies myself. Don't you know they snapped out and said, okay, yeah, you're not on it. Yeah, 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 yeah. They did not want me to get the number to those title policies because they did not want me to call and find out if any of them had anything to do with changing that title policy. One of them did. One of them, this is what happened. One of my siblings told my mother that she need to make them in charge of the money that I get through the title policy. Basically, they didn't want me to be guaranteed to get my share. They wanted to have to give me the money. They convinced my mother to take over. They said, Mom, Let me take over the title policy situation. Because my mother was real sick and real aging. They knew that if I got that title policy and I got that number and I called and I would say, yeah, I'm one of the daughters. I'd like to know when these title policy was changed and who changed them. They knew that I would know that they did it. That they did it. And the funny thing is when they realized that I sensed it, that I picked up on it all, they call themselves giving me the money. Oh, we're gonna give you some money now. After they slaved me out. Don't you know I gave the money back to them? I said I want them to get their karma. I said I'm sending the money back. They would think they were trying to buy their way out of their karma. No, you're not buying your way out of your karma. I gave them that money back, and karma hit each one of their houses hard. Each one of them lost their income. I was getting thousands of dollars while they was losing all kind of money in the same year. I knew that when they decided to give me that money, that they knew that they was trying to get out of their karma without coming clean. Without coming clean. I said, if they don't come clean, they're not getting out this karma. And I'm going to make sure of that because I'm not going to accept this money. That's what I did. They both got blindsided. They thought I was going to beg for the money. They thought I was whatever. Nope. I purposely finished this slavery. I purposely finished moving my mother's stuff out. I said, I'm going to finish doing this because I want them to get their karma. Being so sneaky. I said they had a secret conversation in the room about me. I said they want to be so sneaky, then they can all suffer together. And then each one of them try to get out their karma. I said, nope, you're not getting out. You're not getting out. Hi, everybody. Y'all, I'm telling you, when it comes to charts, people got to be careful who they cross. Especially people that's chosen to help people that's in the dark. If I'm chosen to help people that's in the dark, to reveal the wickedness and the crimes and to get people unstuck and to reveal secrets, if you cross me, then you bring losses upon yourself. You bring suffering upon yourself. And that's why I tell people, So we all earthbound spirit, all of us divine ones are abundant in a certain type of angel power. We're all abundant in some type of angel power. And there is consequences for disrespecting it according to that power. According to that power. So for me, it's like somebody can end up in poverty. Somebody can end up homeless. Somebody can end up suffering, okay? Like heavy losses, stuck, purgatory. If they cross me, they can end up overdosing, like hooked on drugs. They can end up becoming very wasteful with their money. Like not mindful with their money, that they literally just be broke. That could be their punishment for crossing me. And nobody wants to lose all their money. Who wants to pay that price? Woo! Nobody wants to do that. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. If y'all enjoyed this video, feel free to let me know. There's only 3 tickets left for this evening's workshop. So if you want your individual time in the workshop for me to cover 3 areas of your destiny and life purpose and life path. You have to buy your ticket. The ticket is between $5 and $10. I'm going to check my cash app in about an hour, and then I'll make an announcement on whether I'm going to how many people bought a ticket, if there's still tickets available. The deadline to buy a ticket is 4 p.m. today. 4 p.m. in Eastern time. There's only 3 tickets available. Okay, tickets is between $5 and $10. After you buy your ticket, you have to email me, or I cannot send you the link, and I need certain information from you in order to be able to look over your destiny and your life path and life purpose. Okay? Bye, everybody. I'll see y'all. I'll be doing some readings. I'll be doing a live stream psychic guidance today on this channel, and I'll be doing some videos on my Nebula Tide. If you'd like frequent guidance, especially psychic stuff, you need to join my Nebula Tide channel. Okay? If I get up to 50 subs, I can do live streams. All I need is 5 more subs on my Nebula Tide. I need like 5, 6 more subs, and then I can do some live streams. So if you've been watching my Nebula Tide channel and you haven't subbed, please sub. Okay, I want to get some live streams going for that channel, so y'all don't have to wait for me to show up here to give y'all the psychic guidance or the spiritual guidance every week. Because eventually, as I told y'all, I will not be doing psychic and spiritual stuff on this channel anymore. So I'll post the link to my Nebula Tide channel in about an hour. Okay? And then y'all can sub or whatever, and then I can get some live streams going for that channel. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Once again, my cash app is money sign Coach V Hunter. I already posted my PayPal in the community news. Please email me as soon as you buy a ticket. Only 3 tickets are available for this evening's workshop. The latest you can buy your ticket is 4 p.m. Eastern time. Bye, everybody.